Hello, and welcome back. In this lesson, we will talk about the progress trigger. Another motivational factor that can help increase those dopamine triggers is showing your students where they are located in the course. In other words, in practical terms, the progress bars. Why is that important? Think about every time you take a test. How many times have you taken an exam and thought about when this is going to end? As you can imagine, this is what will be on your customers' minds too, especially if they have busy lives. So, with tests we've found over the years, what works really well to get people to finish those tests is to have a progress bar at the top. This allows your client, in relation to the course, to really see where they are at that point. If they are halfway there, or only 10% done, or if they are almost done. Say where you are in terms of progress in the course.
And if you're serious about learning and advancing your career, I highly recommend checking out Wiserr.io, where with a free subscription, you will be able to earn certificates for the courses you watch here on our YouTube channel. You will also find several premium courses that you can't find anywhere else. Visit Wiserr.io today.
To set up a progress bar, you will need to make custom code, or if you are using a WordPress site, you will need to use a WordPress plugin that integrates with your online course platform. Now, I am going to give you some tips on which platforms we recommend in terms of online courses. There are many available, but some of them have progress bars, and of course, some don't. We can't speak for each one of them, but one of the ones that does have it, and turns out to be a good site, is Teachable. Teachable is what we call a SaaS, software as a service, and this is not a site you own, or a WordPress plugin. It's a third-party site where you can just sign up. You can easily create a course, and progress bars are implemented inside them. This is a great way to get started if you don't want to run a WordPress site, set things up, and there's less configuration. In terms of the other triggers we'll talk about later, especially gamification, Teachable doesn't have gamification built in, so you'll be limited to some degree if you're using a third-party SaaS platform. If you want to do gamification, which we'll talk about later, and talk about different plugins that you can use, and that we recommend, if you go that route, you'll need to have a WordPress site. Most of the people have a WordPress site, so we will give you different options to that. In terms of a WordPress site, here are the plugins you're going to need. There are many LMS plugins out there, but the best of the best we've found over the years in terms of testing is LearnDash. LearnDash has a ton of integrations, which means that if you want to do different things with your site, for example, gamification, engagement, or community, you can easily do that. And because they have a great team, they do updates, and they have a lot of integrations. All of that gives you the ability to expand and scale later. So, LearnDash. It is a learning management system, and this allows you to create your courses and use reward or engagement triggers. Now, if you want to go to the next step, you can add more gamification. As you can see, in terms of building courses, it's very simple, and as you can see, one of its main features is learner progress management. It allows not only the learner to see where they are in the course, if they're halfway or 75% of the way, but it also allows you to see, if you go over here to the knowledge base, you can see that there's a bar for integrated course progress. I will say that by default, many learning management systems should have it. If they don't have it, they are most likely outdated. Definitely check out learning management systems, otherwise LearnDash is fine. There are many that are excellent, but this is something we have used and tested and can highly recommend. This will help with the progress trigger, and it will allow the user and the student to see where they are. It allows them to think, okay, I'm going halfway, I'm going to move forward to finish. You see, if there's no progress bar or there's no little emotional trigger, then they're going to think, okay, I don't know where I am, but I'm going to stop now and come back later. And a lot of times there's no after because they get distracted and they completely forget about your course. At the end of this course, we're going to talk about different strategies you can use to get people back in your course if they completely forgot about it. It will cost a little more money, but it will be worth it in the end, as you have learned so far. In this lesson, we learned about the progress trigger and how stimulating this trigger affects participants. In the next lesson, we'll be talking about the next trigger, which is the human trigger. This trigger is all about the social aspect of learning and how it can help people to stay motivated and engaged. I hope you found this lesson helpful. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the next lesson. See you in the next one.